My name's GuyKesTV and I've been a professional bike tester for nearly 25 years. And today, the bike I'm live ride reviewing is Whyte Radical category creating Wessex 1. So, category creator is a pretty bold statement, but when this Wessex came out, it really was something very different, very special. Basically, because Whyte put together big tyre compatibility with full-size disc brakes for that extra confidence and control, but in a race bike shaped, aero sculpted performance package. It was an award-winning bike in its first year, but a lot of people really didn't get it back then. I mean, now there's actually a wide range of bikes available with these kind of attributes, but still very few of them do it as neatly as Whyte did first off, and they certainly deserve a serious amount of credit for getting to this super versatile, kind of deceptively quick all-round road bike format, far quicker than the bigger brands. But then that's something of a signature move for Whyte, always innovating. But while Whyte, probably better known for their mountain bikes, their lead designer, Ian Alexander, is actually a top elite level road racer, or at least he was in the past. And for years he just wanted to create the ultimate bike, as he saw, for British road riding conditions, which, let's be honest, are very challenging. But it wasn't until kind of ready availability of disc brake group sets that he could put together this package with the wider rims, with his wider, grippier, but still remarkably fast G1 speed tyres on this bike. It started off on WTBs. They've gone to kind of the benchmark Schwalbe these days. And with mudguard space, and with all the sealing technology, taken off Whyte's mountain bike range. And it really is such a good, versatile all-rounder, whatever the weather's doing. And it's a really neat, complete package as well. It'll take up to a 35mm tyre absolutely fine. And it's tough enough to take on gravel racing as well. Done that on mine in the past. But even when the most taxing thing you're facing is a slightly slippery, leafy road, it's just great having that extra connection of those tyres. Slightly bigger footprint, slightly more consistent turning and traction. It makes a massive difference when it gets a bit back-endish like it is today. And while the angles certainly aren't radical, I mean, they're conventional race bike angles. This 54's running 73, 73.5 head and seat. Because you got that damped ride feel, it's not remotely sketchy, it doesn't get shaken offline, the traction's excellent. And I'd say it just feels like a really good quality steel bike, but significantly lighter. And it weighs in 8.77 kilos, this medium, without mudguards and pedals. The mudguards are relatively weighty, 700 grams. And yet, when the road turns up, bit of a kicker here, it actually acquits itself, when it comes to altitude gain, pretty well. I mean, it's no hot rod, it's not going to explode out of the blocks, but considering what a daily driver it is in terms of versatility, it's still an enjoyable, fun, naturally fast ride. And those larger volume tyres mean a bit more traction and a bit more cushioning if you decide to go classics with your route choice, as well as the weather you're heading out into. And it's surprising how much gradient and different situations that 1042 on the back can cope with, even the 44 up front. And while it might not be the lightest, sharpest kicking bike you're going to be able to buy. A, it's very affordable for a full carbon frame. B, I think if you compared it to a lot of bikes once they're in winter trim, you get a heavier weight tyre on there that doesn't roll so well, and you strap your non-custom mudguards on. Winter bikes generally aren't swift. And it's been out a few years now, and in that time it's won multiple awards, because this is just such an accomplished, easy to ride all-rounder. The poise of it, the smoothness, it's not going to beat you up as the miles go on. If anything, you're going to enjoy it more and more the more time and distance you put into it. That's certainly what I found. And where the light really shines, oh, well, not at least 160mm brakes for avoiding postmen, cheers, is the way it sustains speed. You've got really good power transfer through these chunky chainstays, and the frame itself has a really nice aero setup, even though you've got this skinny seat stays, skinny seat tube. That all helps sneak the wind past you, and the low profile mudguard and the custom mudguards. As you can see, road riding ain't simple, is it? That's why you need that extra control. Where was I? Yeah, but speed sustain is really good. I think you'd be surprised if you took this out on your regular run. I know I have with these S1 tyres running about 50-60 psi. Just float away the miles with remarkable efficiency. And I'm a big fan of single ring rail bikes, especially when they're done with a sensible ratio range like this 44 on the front, 1042 on the back. Really does cater for all the situations. That's good for properly steep climbs. Oh, you'll be getting well beyond 50 kilometers an hour before you spin it out as well. Once you've taken overlap out of the equation, in that 22 speed 2x11 setup, it's probably only about 13 usable gears that don't duplicate or don't stretch the chain too much. Whereas here, you've got a full 11, and they're fully sequential, and they're nicely spaced out as well. I just like the clean way it behaves. And the looks as well, even though it's not any lighter, it certainly looks a lot cleaner. Especially if Whyte have sorted the frame out, so it doesn't even have a front make fin on it. And then, if you do want conventional gears, there's Ultegra and Ultegra Di2 options as well. And Whyte have been pretty radical, not just with the frame choice and the single ring choice, but also with the wheels they fitted to the bike. I mean, back when the Wessex came out, 23mm internal rim, it's the kind of thing you'd found on a XC mountain bike, and it still is, to be fair. But paired with these 30mm tyres, gives a really well supported, really smooth ride feel. It just maximises that tubeless low pressure capability, and it'll save you a ton of time in puncture fixing. All the things that make it so good in terms of backcountry, in terms of gravel, are just as handy when you're in a more built up environment and you don't know what's going to be around the corner next. That extra braking power, that extra grip, and the fact it's a high visibility colour doesn't hurt either. Though if you want something more subtle, then the standard Ultegra bike is a sort of air defence grey, and the Di2 bike's subtle blue as well. Afternoon. Coffin Dodgem racing scene is alive and well in Knaresborough. The only glitch I would say is if you go out your way to run it over rougher stuff, you can but get a bit of buzz from the mudguard stays off that diamond tread pattern on the tyres, but it's just an occasional kind of noise. Probably can't even hear it over the wind. I can't with ear flaps on. And obviously if you switch to a smooth sidewall tyre, then that's going to remove that anyway. I mean, I guess it's not a surprise that what's primarily a mountain bike brand would produce a bike with handling and confidence and sure-footedness and weatherproofing that would really appeal to mountain bikers, as well as classic roadies with this horizontal top tube position. Because it is a classic looking bike. It's not all drop top tube and sloped away, as a lot of the mountain bike brands feel compelled to do. But it's a looker. It always gets comments when I do go out in a group. And because things like the guards and everything are integrated so well, I guess it's just respect for something that's obviously designed really, really nicely, with features that are going to chime with a lot of riders. Certainly chimes very loud with me. And like I say, numerous occasions where I thought I was going to ring my own bell, coming in too late or too hot into corners in the wet. It just hasn't even flinched. Tucked in early, held the line, carried me through. This Wessex has always had me back. In fact, there's only really one thing wrong with it. That's the fact it's called a Wessex, not a Yorkshire. But then I would say that, wouldn't I? So that's kind of it, really. That's the details on the bike. Thanks to Whyte for lending me it for review. Thanks to them for, like I say, you know, to come completely clean. I've had a Whyte Wessex SE as my own personal daily driver bike, built it up with a spec. That's in a video up here. Talk through why I chose it and what the way I built it up. Isn't that radically different to this one, just a bit fancier, to be honest. Thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks to my Patreon supporters for putting the money into the channel every month so I can do more of these unsponsored videos. Thanks to Endura for the fresh Tropper kit. It's just arrived in a box this morning, so just getting used to this Pro SL insulated jacket and the new Pro bib longs. Loved the last one, so hopefully, and so far these seem just as good, if not better. Shimano for the shoes, and trusty 100% for the gloves. And from memory, I've got a gyro helmet on my head with an Endura skull cap underneath. I've been GuyKesTV and you've been watching GuyKesTV. Any questions, get busy in the comments below. But thanks for your time and hope you've enjoyed learning a bit more about the Whyte Wessex 1.